The grand chaotic wedding was finally over. Seokjin and Namjoon were officially married. After days of non-stop celebrations, a quiet traditional morning arrived at the Kim Min household for the post-wedding rasams. Jimin sat on a traditional floor mat next to his parents, looking absolutely beautiful in a simple, soft pastel yellow kurta. Across the room, Yoongi was leaning against the doorway, dressed in a plain white linear shirt. His eyes casually tracked the way the morning sunlight hit Jimin's silver hair. They hadn't spoken properly since their intense Sangeet dance, and the unspoken tension between them was thicker than ever. Sitting on the sofas were Young's extended family members, including a very loud traditional aunt who was sipping her tea loudly.
Ah, look at Namjoon and Jin, the aunt said, waving her hand dramatically. They look so happy. Even though it was a love marriage, everything turned out well. But now all my focus is on a Yongi. Jimin's hand paused over his plates of sweets. The aunt turned to Yongi's mother with a wide smile. Don't worry, sister. For Yongi, we are not going to wait for him to find someone. We are going to start searching for a traditional, well-mannered girl very soon. I already have a few profiles from our community. He needed a good wife to manage his quiet personality. A sudden cold weight dropped straight into Jimin's stomach. A strange, uncomfortable ache bloomed in his chest. He looked down at his lap, his unusual sassy energy completely vanishing. A girl? You're getting married? The thought made him feel incredibly upset and weirdly empty. Though he couldn't understand why, he shouldn't care. They were just forced wedding planners who bikered constantly, right? Yongi noticed the sudden drop in Jimin's shoulders and the way his bright expression faded, let out a short, dry chuckle to deflect the aunt's attention. He walked over to the sweet counter right next to Jimin, leaning down slightly. Don't worry, auntie, Yongi said smoothly, though his eyes were fixed entirely on the side of Jimin's face. The girl would have been incredibly brave to handle me. He then dropped his voice into a low, teasing whisper meant only for Jimin. What's wrong, Shorty? You look like someone stole your designer wardrobe. Sad that you won't be able to plan my wedding next. Jimin bit his lower lip, refusing to look up into those dark cat-like eyes. He swallowed the lump in his throat and forced a small sassy cough. In your dreams, Minyongi, I would rather plan a funeral than deal with your music choices again. Youngi smirked, satisfied that he got a reaction out of him, completely unaware that his own heart has clenched uncomfortably. At the mere mention of a random girl, both of them were entirely blind to the deep feelings growing rapidly inside them. By the evening, all the heavy rituals were officially completed. The Park family was at the front door loading their bags into the car, preparing to drive back home. Jimin stood by the car door, suddenly feeling a wave of loneliness hit him. He was genuinely going to miss the chaos and secretly was going to miss a certain savage producer. Just as Jimin was about to step into the car, Jin rushed out of the house, dramatically grabbing Jimin's arm. Wait, stop the car, Jin cried out, pouting heavily as he looked at his parent. Umma, Appa, please let Jimin stay here for a few more days. The house is so quiet now that the wedding is over and I'm missing my baby brother so much already. Jimin's eyes widened. He instantly turned his gaze to his parents, shifting his weight and unleashing his ultimate weapon, a pair of wide, glittering, glossy puppy eyes, accompanied by a tiny trembling pout. Their parents looked at Jin, dramatic pleading, then at Jimin's utterly irresistible puppy face, and immediately deflated. Oh, all right, his mother sighed affectionately. Just for a few days, Jimin. Don't cause too much trouble for Jin and Namjoon. I won't. Thank you, Ma. Jimin cheered, his moody instantly doing a complete 180-degree flip. The excitement lasted until Jimin realized a major logistical problem. Because of the extended family members still occupying the guest room, there were absolutely no free beds left in the mansion. Well, Jin said, a highly mischievous knowing glint in his eyes as he patted Jimin's shoulder. We'll just have to sleep in Yoongi's room. He has a massive king-size bed. What? Jimin and Yoongi yelled in perfect unison. An hour later, Jimin found himself standing in the middle of Yoongi's room. The room was just like Yoongi, minimalistic, dark, neat, and smelling faintly of mint and expensive wood. Yoongi stood by the closet, tossing a spare pillow on the center of the bed. Listen, designer boy, Yoongi warned, pointing a finger at him. This bed has an invisible wall right down the middle. If your silver hair crossed over to my side, you're sleeping on the floor. Jimin popped his hand onto his hips, his sassy attitude back in full force. Oh please, your side? I should be charging you rent just to have to look at your grumpy face before I go to sleep. To prove his point, Jimin snatched the spare pillow and aggressively whacked Yongi right across his shoulder. Yongi froze, his jaw dropping in pure disbelief. Did you just hit me with a pillow? Yes, I did. What are you going to do about it? You lazy cat? Jimin taunted, dancing away gracefully. Oh, you're dead, Yongi growled, a massive genuine grin breaking across his face. He grabbed his own pillow and lunged forward. What followed was pure, unadulterated chaos. They sprinted across the room, laughing loudly, ducking behind chairs and mercilessly whacking each other with fluffy pillows. Feathers drifted into the hair. Jimin was giggling hysterically, his silver hair flying widely, while Yongi chased him with an athletic speed that Jimin did not know that producer possessed. Jimin backed up away from Yongi, laughing so hard his eyes turned in tiny crescents. Okay, okay, I yield. Stop. But as he took a quick step backward, his foot caught against a corner of the heavy wooden bed frame. He lost in balance completely, his arms flailing as he started falling backwards onto the hard hardwood floor. Jimin! Yongi reflexes kicked in instantly. He dropped his pillow and lunged forward, his long arms snaking around Jimin's waist. Incredible force. Using his own body weight, Yongi pulled Jimin forward to stabilize him. But the movement was too strong. Both of them tumbled onto the mattress, crashing down together. Yongi landed squarely over Jimin, his hands plantly firm on either side of Jimin's head, trapping the younger boy completely beneath him. The laughter instantly died out. The playful chaos vanished, replaced by an intense, heavy silence. They were inches apart. Jimin's chest was having up and down, breathing heavily. From the running, his heart hammering violently against his ribs. He looked up, his gaze locking directly into Yongi's dark, fierce eyes. Yongi was staring down at him, his pulp dilated, his usual savage mask completely shattered into pieces. A swarm of wild electric butterflies exploded in both of their stomachs. The warmth radiating between their bodies was suffocatingly hot. Yongi's gaze slowly drifted down to Jimin's parted plush lips, and for the first time he did not fight the urge. Unconsciously, completely drawn in by an invisible magnetic force, Yongi began to slowly lean down, his head tightened slightly, his breath hot against Jimin's skin. Jimin felt his entire body go weak. His eyelashes fluttered, and without a single thought, he slowly closed his eyes, his heart stopping in pure, breathless anticipation of what was coming. Knock, knock, knock. Jiminy, Yongi, are you guys asleep yet? I brought extra blankets. Jin's loud voice boomed from the other side of the door. The sound shattered the heavy spell like a brick through glass. Both of them jolted in pure shock, coming back to their senses instantly. Yongi scrambled backward so fast he practically fell on the bed, clearing his throat aggressively and running a hand through his messy hair, his face turning a deep crimson. Jimin sat up in a flash, his face burning completely red, his hands automatically flying to his racing heart as he stared at the door in absolute panic. Jimin quickly smoothed down his messy yellow kurta, trying to stop his hand from shaking. I am awake, Jinayung, coming, he called out, his voice quickling slightly on the last word. He shot a panicked glance at Yongi. The savage producer was currently sitting on the edge of the mattress. Suddenly, very interested in fixing his bed sheets, his ears were bright red and he was completely silent, a sight Jimin had never seen before. Jimin scrambled off the bed and hurried to open the door. He unlatched it just an inch, poking his head out with a nervous, overly bright smile. Hayung, hey, blankets, wow, amazing, thank you. Jin stood in the hallway, holding a fluffy floral mink blanket. His sharp eye instantly darted over Jimin's flushed face, then peeked through the gap in the door to see Yongi sitting rigidly on the bed, staring blankly at the wall. Jin's lips curved into a highly suspicious, amused grin. He leaned in closer, whispering,
Jiminy, why is the room so hot? Did the air conditioner break? Or did something else cause a heat wave in here? Hi, Jimin gasped, his cheeks burning hotter. He snatched the blanket from Jin's hand. We were just having a pillow fight. Yes, a very intense workout. Good night. Before Jin could utter another teasing remark, Jimin shut the door firmly and locked it, letting out a long shaky breath against the wood. The room fell back into heavy, awkward silence. The playful energy from earlier was completely gone, replaced by a thick tension that made it hard to breathe. Jimin slowly walked back towards the bed, clutching the extra blanket like a shield. Yogi finally cleared his throat, breaking the quiet. He did not look directly at Jimin, instead looking at the pillow straight across the floor. Right. Well, like I said, don't cross the middle line. His voice was low and lightly raspy, lacking its usual sharp, savage bite. I wouldn't dream of it, Minyongishi. Jimin retorted softly, his classic sass returning but missing its usual punch. They both climbed onto the massive king-size bed, carefully moving to their respective edges. Yongi lay on his back, staring intently at the ceiling with his hand folded over his stomach. Jimin curled up on his side, facing the window, pulling the blanket all the way up to his chin. Hours passed, but neither of them could sleep. Every time Jimin closed his eyes, his mind replaced the exact moment Yongi had hovered over him. He could still feel the warmth of Yongi's breath on his face, the firm grip around his waist, and the intoxicating scent of mint and cologne. His stomach did a nervous, fluttering flip. Why did I close my eyes? Jimin thought, biting his lips in the dark. Was he really about to let him kiss me? Across the invisible line on the bed, Yongi was having his own internal crisis. He turned his head slightly, listening to the sound of Jimin's soft, even breathing. His own heart was still pounding uncomfortably fast against his ribs. He had always prided himself on being completely in control of his emotions. But the moment Jimin had closed his eyes, Young had almost lost his mind. The urge to pull the silver-haired boy close and never let go had been terrifyingly strong. Youngie shifted restlessly, a sudden wave of protectiveness washing over him. He remembered his aunt's words from earlier that morning about finding him a traditional bride. A sharp, ugly pang of jealousy and irritation hit his chest. He did not want a traditional bride, he did not want anyone else. Without realizing it, Youngie turned onto his side, his dark eyes fixing on the small slot of Jimin's black under the moonlight. Jimina, Youngie murmured quietly into the dark room, his voice barely a whisper. Jimin froze under the blanket, his heart skipping a violent beat. He did not turn around, but his voice was soft in the quiet. What? A long pause hung in the air. Youngie stared at the back of Jimin's silver hair. The savage producer completely at a loss of words. He wanted to ask why Jimin had closed his eyes. He wanted to tell him that nobody else was ever going to claim what belonged to him. Nothing, Youngie finally whispered, his tone softening into something incredibly tender. Just don't fall off the bed. I don't want to hear you complaining about your back tomorrow. Jimmy smiled in the dark, a sweet, genuine expression that no one else could see. He pulled the blanket a little higher. Good night, Youngie. Good night, Shorty, Youngie replied. As he finally drifted off to sleep, separate but closer than ever before. The invisible line between them felt thinner than it ever had. The bickering was just a cover, and the true game of fate was finally taking over. The next morning, the bright golden sunshine filled through the sheer curtains of Yongi's room. The birds were chirping in the courtyard downstairs, and a distant familiar sound of Jin yelling at the servant about missing breakfast ingredients echoed through the floorboards. But inside the room, everything was perfectly still. The strict, invisible boundary line they had drawn the night before had completely vanished. Something during this chilly early morning hours, the two bodies had naturally sought out each other's format. Jimmy's eyelashes fluttered as he slowly began to stir awake. He felt incredibly warm, comfortable, and safe, enveloped in the cozy weight he had felt in years. As his senses gradually returned, he realized he was hugging a pillow. His face was buried directly into the crock of a solid, warm neck. One of his arms were draped completely across the broad chest, his small fingers loosely clutching a white linen shirt. Even more shocking, a large, heavy arm was wrapped securely around his own waist, pulling him so close that there wasn't a single inch of space between their torsos. Jimin's eyes snapped wide open. Right in front of him, his face was Young's sleeping profile, without his sharp, savage smirk. Yoongi looked incredibly soft, his dark hair was messy, falling into his eyes, and his pale face looked peaceful. He was breathing softly, the steady rise and fall of his chest moving against Jimin's own body. A sudden massive jolt of electricity shot straight down Jimin's spine. His heart began to hammer violently against his ribs. So loudly he was terrified. Yoongi would hear it. A massive wave of shyness washed over him, turning his cheeks, his neck, and his tips of his ears a bright, fiery crimson. Oh my god, Jimin thought, his mind completely panicking. You're practically glued together. He tried to get to gently, slowly slide in his arms of Yoongi's chest without waking him. He holding this breath, moving millimeter by millimeter. But the moment he shifted, the heavy arm around his waist tightened instinctively, pulling him even closer. Yoongi let out a low, sleepy rumble in his throat, his face nuzzling slightly into Jimin's silver hair. Jimin froze, his breath catching completely. He was trapped in the producer's embrace, his face completely buried in Yoongi's scent of mint and warm blankets. The butterflies in his stomach were doing absolute gymnastics. He felt so incredible, shy, and breathless that he couldn't even manage a sassy comment in his head. Yoongi stood next, his eyelids twitching as he slowly began to wake up from the movement. As his dark eyes lazily opened, the first thing he saw was a pair of wide, glossy, completely fluttered crescents staring right back at him from inches away. Yoongi froze. He looked down, finally realizing that he was holding Jimin like a prized possession, their legs tangled together under the heavy mink blanket. For a second, the savage Min Yoongi forgot how to speak. A deep, heavy blush rushed up his pale neck instantly, coloring his ears dark red. He quickly let go of Jimin's waist and scrambled backwards, coughing aggressively to hide his utter embarrassment. Yoongi cleared his throat, his voice deep and raspy from sleep. He looked away, rubbing his back of his neck nervously. You crossed the line, shorty. Jimin quickly sat up, pulling the blanket tightly around his shoulder to hide his bright red face, his signature sash flaring up purely out of defense. Me? You were the one holding on to my waist like a koala bear. When Yoongi, I was practically suffocating. Yoongi snapped, his eyes back to Jimin, his sharp smirk trying to fight its way through its obvious shyness. I was asleep. It was an involuntary reflex. You were just small and radiator shaped. Radiator shape? Jimin gasped dramatically, throwing a stray feather from the last night pillow fight right at Yoongi's face. I'm a luxury designer. My shape is heart. Though they were bickering like usual, neither of them could look each other in the eye for more than a second. The lingering warmth of the embrace hung heavily in the air. As they both scrambled out of bed to avoid looking at each other's blushing faces, they knew the invisible wall was gone for good. Jimin rushed to the bathroom first, slamming the door shut to hide his burning cheeks, while Yoongi aggressively kicked his blanket back into space. 10 minutes later, after making themselves presentable, they walked down the grand staircase together. The tension between them was palpable, but they forced their masks back on into the spacious living room. The atmosphere was loud and lively. The aunts were sitting in a circle of the plush sofas, laughing and teasing Namjoon and Jin, who were sitting together looking like a blissful, happy, newly married couple. Look at her, Namjooni, the loud aunt chuckled, nudging the woman next to her. The boy used to break everything he touched, and now he's married to a man. Truly, our Jin is a miracle. Jin primed, flipping a imaginary strand of his hair. Of course, auntie. It takes a certain level of royal charm to manage a Kim. Jimin smiled, sitting down on a single armchair, while Yoongi quietly took his place standing near the kitchen counter, grabbing a mug of black coffee. He looked completely unbothered, but his eyes secretly tracked Jimin's every movement. Suddenly, the aunt's eyes locked onto Yoongi, and his smile widened to something incredibly mischievous.
She clapped her hands together. Now that the elder one is settled, it's time for the real project. Yesterday, I told you all I was looking for a girl for our Yongi, right? Jimin's hand tightened slightly around his glass of juice. That cold, heavy weight dropped back into his stomach. The aunt leaned forward dramatically, lowering her voice but making sure the whole room could hear. Well, I did not just look at profiles. There is a beautiful, highly educated girl I know. She's my close friend's daughter. Her family is traditional, wealthy, and she has a wonderful, quiet nature, perfect to balance our Yongi. Yongi took a slow sip of his coffee, his jaw tightening, though his face remained a blank mask. Auntie, I told you yesterday, I'm busy with my music. Oh, hush! Music can wait, the auntie interrupted with a loud wave of her hand. I was surprised. I actually invited her and her mother over here today. They will be arriving in a hour for afternoon tea. That way, Yongi and she can spend some quality time together in the garden and see how they like each other. The living room erupted into excited chatter from the other relatives. Jinsai instantly flew across the room to Jimin, his protective older brother instinct flaring as he noticed the way Jimin's bright smile completely froze. Jimin stared down at his juice, his heart sinking into absolute darkness. She's coming here today. A fierce, sharp pang of jealousy hit his chest, so intense it caught him completely off guard. He hated the idea of some random girl standing next to Yongi in the garden. He hated the idea of Yongi giving her the deep, intoxicating smile he had shared on the stage. Across the room, Yongi wasn't looking at his aunt at all. His dark, fierce eyes were fixed entirely on Jimin. He saw the exact moment the silver-haired boy's shoulders dropped, and he saw the sudden, sad quietness that overtook him. Yoongi slammed his coffee mug down on the counter a bit too loudly, drawing everyone's attention. His lazy, casual expression was entirely gone, replaced by a cold, savage glare directed straight at his aunt. You did what? Yoongi asked, his voice dropping into a dangerous low rumble that made the living room instant go quiet. The aunt blinked in surprise, a smile flattering for a split second. Under the sheer weight of Yoongi's glare, but being a typical dramatic Indian TV serial auntie, she quickly recovered, clutching her chest as if wounded. Ayya, Yongiya, why are you sounding so angry? She whined, waving her hand in the air. I'm doing this for your own good. A young, beautiful girl is coming to meet you, not an inspector. You should be thanking your auntie for finding such a diamond for you. I don't need a diamond, Yongi said, his voice deadly calm, though his knuckles turned white against the kitchen counter. And I don't remember asking you to play matchmaker with my life. The tension in the living room was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Namjoon nervously cleared his throat, looking at Jin for help, while Jin aggressively chewed on a piece of burfi, his eyes darting back and forth between Yoongi and a completely silent Jimin, like he was watching a high-stake tennis match. Jimin kept his eyes glued to his lap, his heart was doing painful backflips. On one hand, he felt a strange, thrilling rush of relief hearing Yoongi snap at his hand. On the other hand, the heavy waving of jealousy still suffocated him. An hour, he thought miserably, the girl will be here in an hour. Oh, look at his temper. The poor girl will run away before tea is served. And the Uncle Joe, trying to lighten the mood, causing other relatives to chuckle nervously. The Aunt Herb, straightening a heavy silk sari. He was softened up when he sees her. Just wait, Jimina beta, she called out, turning her sharp gaze towards a single armchair. Jimin jolted his silver hair, frying slightly as he looked up. Yes, auntie? Wow, designer, right? Such a fashionable boy. The auntie smiled, entirely oblivious to the storm brewing in the room. When Sunita and her mother arrives, you must help me serve the snacks. And look at Yoongi's clothes. He's wearing such a plain white shirt, like he's going to a casual meeting. Jimin, go upstairs and pick out a nice bright kurta for Yoongi. Make him look presentable for his future bride, okay? Jimin felt like he had just swallowed a stone. His jaw tightened. He wanted to scream. He wanted to flip the coffee table. He wanted to use all his high fashion sass to tell this woman exactly where she could show her matching plans. But instead, his throat locked up. He forced a tight, artificial smile, his eyes fixed firmly on the floor to avoid Yoongi's burning gaze. Of course, auntie, I will go look in his closet. Jimin stood up, his pastel yellow kurta swirling softly as he turned on his heel and practically sprinted up to the grand staircase, his heart breaking with every step. Yoongi watched him go, his chest heaving with a sudden uncontrollable surge of fury. Seeing the fierce sassy Park Jimin look so defeated and hurt, completely pushed him over the edge. He did not care about the manners anymore. He did not care about the family drama. Without saying a single word to his aunt, Yoongi shoved his hand into his pockets and marched straight up to the stairs after Jimin, his heavy footsteps echoing dangerously through the silent house. Jimin slammed the bedroom door shut behind him, but before he could twist the lock, a heavy hand firmly gripped the edge of the wood and pushed it open. Yoongi stepped inside, closing the door behind him with a sharp, definitive click. Jimin spun around, his silver hair flying into his eyes. His jaw was clenched and his chest was heavy. The sheer weight of his jealousy had completely broken through his usual sassy armor, leaving his eyes glossy and dark. What are you doing here? Jimin snapped, his voice cracking slightly. I came up here to fulfill my duties, Minyongishi. I need to find your bright, beautiful kurta so you don't look like a wooden log when your perfect, traditional, wealthy future bride arrives. He did not answer right away. He just stood there, his hands shoved deep into his pockets. His fierce gaze locked onto Jimin's trembling lips. It took a slow, heavy step forward. Stop it, Yoongi muttered, his voice dropping into a low, raspy growl. Stop what? Jimin backfired, stepping backward until his spine hit the hard wood of the closet door. Stop helping your family. Your aunt is right. You need someone quiet and sweet to balance your horrible savage attitude. Go downstairs, drink your tea, smile like Sunita, and go walk in the garden. Leave me alone. Yoongi moved so fast, Jim did not even see it coming. In one swift motion, Yoongi closed the distance between them. He yanked his hand out of his pockets and planted his paw firmly on the closet door on either side of Jimin's head, trapping the younger boy completely. He leaned down, his face just inches away, his dark eyes burning with an intense suffocating fury. As he stopped at Park Jimin, Yoongi whispered dangerously, his hot breath fanning across Jimin's blushing face. You honest think I give a damn about Sunita? Or any other girl my aunt brings into this house? Jimin's breath hitched completely. The wild, chaotic butterflies in his stomach flared back to life, sweeter and more painful than before. He diddled his chin up, trying desperately to cling to his last shred of sass. Then why did you follow me up here? Go tell her that, because you walked away. Yoongi growled, his gaze dropping to Jimin's lips before snapping back to his eyes. His chest was heaving against Jimin's because you sat down there looking like your world was ending. And then you agreed to style me for another person. It drove me insane, Jimin. Jimin's eyes widened, his heart hammering so violently against his ribs. He thought it would burst through his kurta. Why do you care how I look? Does it matter to you, Yoongi? Because I don't want anyone else looking at me, Jimena. Yoongi finally roared softly, the absolute truth ripping out of him like a floodgate breaking. His gaze softened, turning incredibly raw, heavy, and desperate. I don't want a traditional girl. I don't want anyone sweet or quiet. The only person I want screaming at me, bickering with me, and ruining my peace is you. The entire room fell into a dead, breathless silence. Jimin froze, his mind spinning into complete overload. The words echoed in his ears, shattering the confusion, jealousy, and denial he had been carrying for weeks. Yoongi wanted him, only him. Yoongi's hand slowly slid down from the closed door, his large warm finger gently cupping Jimin's burning cheeks. His thumb traced Jimin's cheekbones with a tenderness that made Jimin's knee go entirely weak. I'm not going down to that garden with anyone else, Yoongi murmured, his voice dropping into a deep, emotional whisper as he leaned closer, his forehead gently resting against Jimin's. Tell me to cancel it, Jimin. Just say the word and I'll kick everyone out of the house right now. Jimin's breath caught at the heavy intensity in Yoongi's eyes. His heart was screaming at him to just surrender. With a sudden overwhelming wave of fear and denial hit him, was a luxury designer who lived in the world of control. Could not just fall for this he couldn't just fall this hard, this fast. Panic took over and he forced his defensive sassy mask right back onto his face. Jimin abruptly slapped Yongi's warm hand away from his cheek and forced a loud dramatic laugh. Wow, Minyongi, truly an award-winning performance, he scoffed, crossing his arms and stepping into the side to break the proximity. Stop joking around like that. For a second I actually thought you were serious. You really had me there. Youngi's hand hung in the air,
his smile instantly vanishing. Jimin, I'm not joking. Oh, please, you're just stressed because of Auntie, Jimin said rapidly, his voice high and defensive. As he turned to the closet and Yang opened the door, he stayed aggressively flipping through hangers. You don't want a traditional girl? Then too bad. You are a grown man and you need to stop behaving like a stubborn child. Here, take this bright blue kurta and get ready. She's going to be here any minute. And you'll go down to that garden and meet her. Youngi stayed at Jimin's back, his jaw clenched into a hard line. He could see the slight tremble in Jimin's shoulder. He knew exactly what the younger boy was doing. Running away because he was terrified of his own feelings. So you're forcing me to go? Yoongi asked, his voice dropping into a dangerous, quiet, low tone. You really want me to meet her, Jimin? Jimin swallowed the painful lump in his throat, keeping his back turned. Yes, it's what your family wants. Now change. Fine. Yoongi muttered, his eyes narrowing with a sudden, brilliant, and completely wicked plan. If Park Jimin wants to play a game of denial, Min Yoongi was going to win it. If that's what you want, designer boy, watch me. An hour later, the doorbell rang. Sunita and her mother arrived, looking elegant and traditional. The living room was filled with the clinking of teacups and the chatter of delighted aunts. Jimin sat on the edge of his seat, holding a plate of samosas, expecting Yoongi to walk down looking like grumpy, savage cloud of dark energy. Instead, the staircase echoed with a loud, booming laugh. Yoongi walked down looking impossibly handsome in the bright blue kurta Jimin had picked. But what shocked Jimin to his absolute core was the massive radiant smile on Yoongi's face. Auntie, welcome, Yoongi said smoothly, his voice dripping with an uncharacteristic sugary charm. He walked straight over at Sunita, bowing slightly with a gaze of intense it made the poor girl instantly blush. And you must be Sunita. Wow, my auntie truly has impeccable taste. It's an absolute honor to meet you. Jimin's jaw practically dropped into his lap. The plate of samosa rattled in his hand. What on earth? Throughout the next 20 minutes, Yoongi put on a master class in flirting. He sat right next to Sunita, laughing too heartily at her, jokes leaning in closer to whisper things that made her giggle, and completely ignoring Jimin's existence. From across the room, from across the room, Jin stomped chewing in his snack, his eyes widening in pure shock, while Namjoon looked utterly confused by his brother's sudden personality transplant. Jimin felt a violent, volcanic surge of pure fury and jealousy erupting in his chest. His knuckles turned white. What a total flipper, Jimin screamed internally, his mind going into a chaotic spiral. He was practically confessing his undying love to me against a closet door 20 minutes ago, and now he's acting like a lovesick Bollywood hero with this girl. Sunita, the weather is beautiful today, Youngi said smoothly, his voice echoing through the quiet room. He stood up and gracefully extended his hand to her. Shall we take a walk in the garden? I would love to show you around. Sunita placed her hand on his with a shy nod. Jimin watched them walk out the glass door, his vision practically turning red. Jimin couldn't take it anymore. He stood up, ignored his unsatisfied chattering, and marched over to the large glass window, overlooking the garden. Outside, Yoongi and Sunita were walking close, way too close. Yoongi was startling his head, smiling down at her. But Jimin noticed something else. Even though Yoongi was talking to Sunita, his sharp, dark eyes were flickering back towards the villa window every 3 seconds. He was checking Jimin's reaction. It was internally torturing him. Jimin's heart clenched in agony and rage. He is doing this on purpose, Jimin thought, his teeth grinding together. Well, two can play this game. Suddenly, the scene outside changed. In a split second, Sunita, completely charmed by Yoongi's fake persona, leaned up on her tiptoes before Yoongi could even realize what just happened or pull back. She leaned in and planted a soft kiss right on Yoongi's pale cheek. Yoongi's eyes widened in genuine shock, his entire body freezing out on there of the lawn. But inside the house, that was the absolute final straw to Park Jimin. Dam broke. The denial shattered into a million pieces. The absolute animalistic jealousy overloaded every single shred of sense, sass, or decorum in his body. Jimin did not just walk, he barged through the glass door like a hurricane, his pastel kurta flying behind him. He marched across the glass and his face twisted into an expression of pure, unadulterated possessiveness. Before Yoongi or Sunita could even blink, Jimin reached out, grabbed Sunita by a arm, and firmly and firmly but forcefully pushed her out of the way. Move! Jimin snapped savagely. In one swift, violent movement, Jimin grabbed the collar of Young's blue kurta, yanked the older man down, and aggressively slammed his lips directly against Young's. It wasn't a soft, hesitant kiss. It was a fierce, breathless, angry, and deeply passionate claim. Jimin kissed him with everything he had, marking his territory, pouring weeks of hidden love, frustration, and burning jealousy into the contract. Young's eyes flared wide in shock before a massive wave of cramp hit him. His hands instantly gripping Jimin's waist to hold him there. When Jimin finally pulled back for air, his face was flushed bright red, his chest heaving, but he did not stop. You absolute jerk! You traitor! You caveman! Jimin shrieked, his voice cracking with emotions, as he started aggressively hitting Young's chest with a small fist. How dare you! How dare you let her touch you? With tears of anger in his eyes, Jim aggressively raised his sleeves and began forcefully wiping the spot on Young's cheek where Sunita had kissed him, trying to erase every single trace of the girl. Disgusting, rub it off, rub it off. To make sure the job was done, Jimin leaned up and planted three aggressive, loud, possessive, wet kisses right over the same spot on Young's cheek. Listen to me, Minyongi, Jimin roared, pointing his finger right into Young's face, his chest having his as he laid down the ultimate law. You don't belong to her. You don't belong to any traditional girl. You belong to me. Only me. Do you understand? Young stood there, his blue kurta wrinkled from Jimin's grip, his cheek covered in Jimin's cheek kisses. A slow, incredibly victorious, and deeply loving smirk spread across his face. Louder, Jimina, I don't think the neighbors heard you. Jimin blinked, suddenly registering the complete silence around them. He slowly turned his head towards the villa. Standing at the glass door of the living room was the entire extended family. Youngie's arms were clutching their chests so hard. She looked like she needed medical attention. Namjoon's jaw was practically resting on the grass, and Seokjin was standing in the front, holding a cup of tea with the most magnificent, proud, and dramatically triumphant grin on his face. Jimin's eyes went as wide as saucer. The fierce, possessive lion who had just dominated the entire garden instantly shrunk back into a deep, panic, bright red puppy. Oh my god, Jimin whispered, his voice cracking as he looked at the frozen gallery of relatives staring back at them. Oh my god, I'm going to die of embarrassment. Jinayung is going to tease me for the rest of 50 years. He immediately tried to wrench his hand free from Young's blue kurta, twisting his body around to sprint towards the back gate of the garden to hide forever. Let go of me, Yongi, let me go. I need to leave the country right now. But Minyongi was absolutely not letting the victor slip away. Before Jimin could even take a single step forward, Yongi lunged. He stepped right up behind Jimin's back, his long, strong arms snaking securely around Jimin's waist. He pulled the smaller boy backwards with a firm, effortless tug, trapping Jimin's flesh against his chest in a tight, ironclad back hug. Yoongi buried his face directly into the crook of Jimin's neck, his chest vibrating against Jimin's spine as he let out a deep, entirely satisfied chuckle. His hands locked firmly over Jimin's stomach, completely anchoring him in place. Let me go, you savage cat! Jimin squealed, his legs kicking out weakly as his face burned shade of crimson that put the garden roses to shame. Everyone is looking. Your aunt is literally fainting. Let them look, Yogi murmured, his voice dropping into the low, graspy, intoxicating whisper that always made Jimin's knees go weak. He tightened his grip around Jimin's waist, leaning in so his lips were brushing right against the shell of Jimin's burning ear. You don't get to barge out of here. Push a girl out of the way, kiss me senseless, claim me in front of my entire lineage, and then just run away? Park Jimin, Yoongi whispered, his gummy smile pressed against Jimin's skin. Jimin stopped struggling, his whole body going completely soft against Yoongi's solid frame, as the wild, chaotic butterflies in his stomach turned into a full-blown hurricane of sweetness. Yoongi raised his head slightly, his dark eyes locking onto the crowd at the glass door. His words were meant solely for the blushing boy trapped in his arms. You laid down the law, sweetheart, Yoongi murmured lovingly, his smirk widening as he squeezed Jimin closer. Maybe you can't hide anymore. Sunita and her mother stood frozen on the lawn, their faces twisted in absolute shock and outrage. Sunita's
Mother was clutching her purse so tightly the leather was groaning, while Sunita stared at Jimin as if he had just dropped from outer space. Unbelievable, absolutely modern nonsense. Sunita's mother finally shrieked, stamped her foot on the manicured glass. We were invited here for a respected marriage proposal, not to watch a live television drama. Come, Sunita, we are leaving this mansion right now. But mummy, Sunita started blushing furiously. No buts, move. My mother snapped, grabbing Sunita's wrist much more forcefully. They marched out the past glass doors, giving the entire Min Kim family a fierce glare before slamming the main wooden door of the mansion so hard that a crystal chandeliers rattled. Inside the garden, Yogi didn't care about the slamming door at all. Slowly uncoiled his arms from around Jimin's waist, though his fingers lingered on Jimin's hand, gripping it tightly. Come on, lion, Yogi teased softly, his savage smirk completely back in place. Time to face the jury. Jimin wanted the ground to swallow him whole. His signature high fashion confidence was entirely gone. He let Yongi pull him back inside the living room through the glass door, his head hanging low, his silver hair falling forward to cover this burning face. The moment they stepped onto the living room rug, they were met with a wall of absolute dead silence. Entire family was frozen in a perfect dramatic formation. The matchmaking aunt was slumped completely on the velvet sofa, a cousin aggressively fanning her with a newspaper while she muttered about her blood pressure. Youngest mother was standing there with her hands on her hips, her expression unreadable. Namjoon was still blinking rapidly, looking at the floor. There is a ceiling, then at Yongi, hand tightly holding Jimin's, and then there was Jin. Jin was standing at the front of the crowd, his teacup resting dangerously on the edge of its saucer, his eyes sparkling with a levitt of chaotic joy that made Jimin want to run back to the garden. What is the meaning of this? The aunt suddenly wailed from the sofa, pointing a trembling ring covered finger at the two of them. Yongi, you pushed away beautiful traditional girl for this sassy boy who create colorful clothes. He just attacked my friend's daughter on the lawn. Yongi stepped forward, completely shielding Jimin with his body. The lazy, teasing boyfriend vanished, and the fierce, savage producer returned in an instant. He looked at her aunt with cold, unwavering gaze. I did not push anyone away. Auntie, Jimin just claimed what was already his. Youngi said smoothly, his deep voice echoing clearly through the silent living room. He raised your underlined hands for the entire family to see. I told you before, I don't need a traditional diamond. I have my own high art designer. And if anyone has a problem with that, the front doors are still unlocked from when Sunita left. Collective gasp went through the room. The aunt looked like she might actually need a doctor this time. Youngest mother slowly walked forward, the heavy silk sari rustling. Jimin held his breath, bracing for a classic Indian mother-in-law lecture. She stopped right in front of them, looking at Young's firm grip on Young Jimin's hand, and then at Jimin's wide, nervous puppy-like eyes. Slowly, a strict expression softened into a warm, affectionate smile. She reached out and planted Jimin's cheek. Well, she said, looking back at her sister on the sofa. At least we don't have to waste money on a matchmaker anymore. Jin, go tell the kitchen. Make more sweets. It looks like we have another wedding planned soon. Yes, Uma, Jin cheered, throwing his hands in the air and completely spilling the tea on Namjoon's kurta. For a second, Yongi just stared at his mother, his fierce, savage eyes melting into pure, raw emotions. Without a single word, he stepped forward and wrapped his arms tightly around her, burying his face into her shoulder. Thank you, Ma, Yongi whispered, his voice thick and crackled with deep gratitude. Thank you for accepting us, his mother said softly, patting his back with a snowing format. I know my son, Yongia. I have never seen your eyes shine the way you do when you're bickering with this boy. Now go, don't keep him waiting. Yongi pulled back, a look of absolute determination setting over his sharp features. The lazy, sarcastic producer was completely gone, turned around, his dark eyes locking onto Jimin's, who was standing a few feet away with his hands covering his mouth, tears of sheer happiness glittering in the beautiful crescent's eyes. Yoongi walked over, his heavy footsteps sounding loud in the sudden quiet room. He reached out gently, pulling Jimin's smaller trembling hands away from his face, and held them securely in his own. Then, right
There, in the middle of the grand living room, in front of the fainting aunties, then the cheering Jin, the tea-stained Namjoon, and entire shocked family, the savage pride Minyongi slowly dropped down onto one knee. Jimin gasped, his breath catching completely in his throat, his heart hammering so violently he felt dizzy, his silver hair falling forward as he stared down at the man of the sword. Youngin looked up, his thumb softly pressing the rings on Jimin's finger. Soft, incredible, tender, and completely devoted smile broke across his pale face. I don't have a diamond ring in my pocket right now because someone decided to crash my matchmaking tea party. Youngie murmured, his deep voice echoing the low, raspy warmth that sent a wild jolt of electricity straight to Jimin's core. But I have my heart, and it's already completely yours. Youngie squeezed, his hands tighter, his gaze burning with an unsaid lifetime of devotion. I want the bike ring, Jimina. I want the drama, the sassy attitude, the neon pink threads, and the loud colors. I don't want a quiet life if it doesn't have you in it. So let's do this the right way. He took a deep, shaky breath, his eyes locking into Jimin's glossy ones. Hug Jimin, will you marry me? Say yes, Jin started, chanting loudly from the back, aggressively waving his soggy napkin in the air while Namjoon wiped the genuine tear from his cheek. Jimin let out a breathless, emotional laugh, a tear finally escaping and rolling down his flushed cheek. His signature sass briefly picking through the heavy emotions, held his chin up, looking down at his savage producer. What a chaotic cue, man, Minyongi. Jamal whispered, a brilliant radiant smile breaking across his face, as he immediately dropped his knees right in front of him, drawing his arms tightly around Yongi's neck. But yes, yes, 1,000 times yes, I'll marry you. The living room absolutely exploded into a riot of cheers, whistles, and clapping. Jen was practically jumping on the sofa, and even the strict aunt let out a defeated sign and started clapping along. As Youngie wrapped his arm around securely around Jimin's waist, pulling him flush against his chest and burying his face into his silver hair. Both of them knew that their own beautiful, chaotic, and completely fated love story had just officially begun. The end.